Hello and welcome to Newsroom series. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Thank you for joining us. The North Central region takes center stage for today's program, and we begin in the Federal Capital Territory, where Vice President Kashim Shettima is chairing the National Economic Council meeting in Abuja. The meeting at the Presidential Villa has in attendance the chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum and the governor of Kwara State, Abdurrahman Abdurrazak. The chairman of the Progressives Governors Forum and Imo State Governor Uzodimma is also present at the meeting. Others attending the meeting are governors of Zamfara, Jigawa, Lagos, Anambra, Gombe, Imo, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Benue and Ondo States, as well as the River State sole administrator. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, has directed mining marshals to seal off an illegal gold mining site in the Gwagwalada area of the Federal Capital Territory to mitigate potential environmental hazards. The action comes in the wake of an earlier operation by the marshals which led to the successful recovery and sealing of a mining site around District 2 extension layout in Gwagwalada on August 16th. 16 suspects arrested during the operation will be prosecuted soon. Preliminary investigations show that illegal artisanal miners invaded the area after the accidental discovery of gold during the digging of a sokoe near a residential property. The most recent incident took place on farmland located behind CKC in Gwagwalada. In view of the potential environmental and public health risks associated with illegal mining operations, the minister advises residents to steer clear of the affected areas while enforcement and remediation efforts are underway. He also reiterated the federal government's resolve to eradicate illegal mining activity across the country and is fast-tracking the deployment of satellite surveillance. The governor of Kwara State visited Babanla community for an on-the-site assessment after recent attacks by criminals that left some villages dead and others abducted. Accompanied by security chiefs, the governor assures residents that efforts are ongoing and the insurgency in the area will soon come to an end.
A few weeks ago, armed criminals invaded Shagbe, Babasongo and Babanla communities in Ifelodun local government area, leaving behind deaths and abductions. Nearby villages including Akpata Oloshun, Budoidowu, and Gomu Aileri are also attacked. Some vigilante members sustained injuries as the criminals raided the market, carting away food items. With the deployment of security operatives, life slowly returns to the villages, especially Babanla, though residents remain cautious. The Kwara State governor visits the community to assess the situation. At the palace of the traditional ruler, the king laments the painful impact of the attack and urges the government to take over surrounding forests for economic use, which he believes will help end such attacks that were never experienced in the area before now.
The August 8th attack on Babanla, which five fatalities, snatching of 9 motorcycles, telephones, looting of shops, and catering away of food items. The fears and the confusion caused by these criminals have resulted in outward migration and the displacement of our population that turns some of them into ghost villages.
Responding, Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak, in company of top security chiefs, commends the security operatives and local vigilantes for their resilience. He sympathizes with families who lost loved ones and assures that sustained security measures are in place to prevent further attacks.
I do understand the vastness of the terrain and the forest here and the challenges it possesses, but from the boots on ground, the logistics being put in place, this would be a thing of the past sooner, very soon and very shortly.
governor also takes time to encourage security operatives and vigilantes in the community, praising their sacrifice and commitment. The governor also hosted stakeholders from Ifelodun local government where the attacks happened. The council chairman outlined the measures already taken to strengthen security, thanking the governor for his swift intervention.
On security, sir, Your Excellency, we have taken bold and proactive measures to safeguard lives and properties across Ifelodun. The local vigilante group have been fully equipped, expanded in number, and placed on enhanced welfare packages, including increased salaries. We have also enrolled them in the Kwara State Health Insurance Scheme to ensure their health and well-being as they carry out their critical roles.
As peace gradually returns to the villages, residents hope for stronger collaboration between the state and federal governments to prevent future attacks.
The Benue state government have entered a 15-year partnership with European multinationals Soho and Picama Group to revive 2 citrus and juice factories. That is Sono and Picama Group. To revive 2 citrus and juice factories, the deal aims to boost the state's agricultural and industrial sectors. The managing director of the Benue Investment and Property Company, Mr. Raymond Asemakaha, says the partnership will restore value addition to fruit such as oranges and mangoes, which often go to waste due to lack of processing facilities. Now, the Group Managing Director, Benue Investment Property Company, Dr. Raymond Asemakaha, joins us from Makurdi, the Benue State capital, to discuss of the efforts of the present government to revive the various industries. Hello and welcome to the program. Okay, we'd like to ask the managing director, the group managing director of the Benue Investment Property Company, if you're with us. If you're with us, can you welcome to the program and tell us about the latest endeavors? Okay, we do beg your pardon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Welcome to Newsroom series.
All right,
so let me reiterate the question. Benue State has been known for its vast fruit production, especially oranges and mangoes, which often go to waste. How will the partnership with Sono and Picama transform fruit production into sustainable value addition for farmers?
All right, so what we want to do, we have a lot of oranges in the market, we have a lot of mangoes, and we are not translating that, adding value. So what we did was to go into agreement with the people that buy a lot of concentrate, a lot of juice in the city. So we brought them in. Picama and Sono, they are one whole company that has a profit margin of 60 million euro. They produce this, so we brought them in to come and add value. We have equipment that are there, redundant for over a decade, and those assets are non-performing assets. So we want to turn those assets to a performing asset in the States, and that's why we are doing that. Thereby, we will determine the price of the orange in the market. Our people will farm and will, Picama will have taken it in line with the Benue State Benue investment so that we can add value. We have a lot of value chain proposition. We're also going to do what they call the backward integration, where people farm, we take them, and we will also use the to convert it to organic as as possible with the partnership. And that is going to also increase a lot of GDP in the state. Is also going to introduce, increase change the outlook, hold the capital within the state. Those are the things that we are bringing on board.
Sounds good. But let's talk about now the post-harvest losses. They've remained quite a challenge for partners in Benue State. What specific measures are in place to ensure these factories significantly reduce wastage and improve farmers' income?
Before now, there have never been industry that drive these fruits juices that we have, mango and orange. People comes to Benue to buy and transport it to Lagos. Even Pikama, they used to buy all the way mango from here by road down to to Ghana. So what we said now, we are going to hot it. Now let them come and produce it here, extract the concentrate here, export it, or we will even do our local juice. So we have this thing on ground. And from the video we saw and from the conversation, as I speak to you, I'm just coming back from the site. They are already there, trying as much as possible to power all those equipment, both the new one that His Excellency, the Executive Governor brought in, and the old one, so that we can now begin to add value proposition. Our people will farm this orange. See, we have the best orange in the world. We have the best mango in the world. And that is why Benue State is the full basket of the nation. As we speak today, we have a lot of metric ton of these things. And we don't do anything. But we feel that under the leadership of the Executive Governor, we are going to add value. People will see the value proposition. And that's why we're running a whole sum of unicorn reforms in the states. That's one of the things that we are doing. We want to turn this thing. People will have value. Our farmer will have value. We'll do backward integration. We will offtake this thing for our farmers and begin to process them.
So, with the revival of the Benville juice and the Ben fruit factories, in terms of economic impact, what do you foresee for job creation, rural development, and revenue generation for the state?
All right. Remember when we came in under the leadership of this new administration, we met the economy. The economy was in a negative of -3.2%. We were able to do active industry to ensure that we return back to positive. So we are intending to employ no less than 1,500 team youth that will work in the factory. That's the direct job that that's the projection. And I know that God helping us, we are going to achieve that. We are targeting October to start those production. And that's why we are working with 24 hours to ensure that those things start as promised. And the value proposition to our people, the farmers will now have value, original value for their money. Let me tell you what happened, and in our analysis when we discovered that most of those people that comes to buy our oranges and our mangoes and our tomatoes, they come here, stay in the hotel, and go to the market at 6 o'clock when the market woman is tired, when the market man is tired, that you want to go, that is when they will begin to bring their money to purchase this thing at the giveaway price. And we said no, as a state-owned enterprise. Just recently, you are aware that His Excellency, the Executive President Tinubu, Southeast Investment company injected 150 billion to drive industry in that zone, and we are doing this thing. We started it under the leadership of the Executive Governor of Benue State. We have technical skill to do this thing, and that's why we are turning the state to this. What we are saying, we are driving a whole bunch of industrial revolution to drive this process. We are not we are driving the process, and that's where we are now.
We certainly hope that process and all the plans continue to see the light of day. And we thank you for coming on Newsroom Series, Dr. Raymond Asema-Kaha, the Group Managing Director, Benue Investment Property Company. Thank you so much. You're watching Newsroom Series. Coming up, the governor of Nasarawa State seeks support with the World Bank to improve primary health care in the state. Please stay with us.
Modern lifestyle requires a lot of energy, backed up by intense production processes, which impact the environment in more ways than one.
The world has realized that you cannot deal with climate change without looking at loss of biodiversity.
On Eco Africa, nature speaks and the discerning mind becomes champion of sustainable living.
One thing we want to do is to change public behavior around recycling.
Watch Eco Africa on Channels Television and find out what nature is saying.
Welcome back. The governor of Nasarawa State is seeking the support of the World Bank to improve primary health care in the state. He made the intention known when he visited the World Bank Country Director for Nigeria, Matthew Vergas, at the bank's group office in Abuja. He explained that he plans to construct primary health care facilities in all of the 147 wards of the state.
The Akresal also that is being managed by Dr. Joy, right? I think Dr. Joy is the one managing that. So, and we are doing very, very well to the point where sometimes they start all the programs about the Akresal also from Nasarawa State. And we are very grateful to the World Bank. We're grateful to you for that support. Recently, we also qualify as one of the 6 or 7 states that has to do with SABA. So, and then we're doing very well there too. And then, and so many other programs, one way or the other, especially that have to do with children, with women, education, and the rest of that. But today we are here regarding the relationship with the primary health care. Because of that, we have 147 wards in the state. And our dream is to ensure that we have one functional, well-equipped primary health care unit in every one of these 147. We have gone 58, so we still have a long way to go. If we can reach 90% of the states with you and with me, so even if I leave you here, I'm happy that I've got it.
Now, the Plateau State Governor, Caleb Mufwang, insists his administration is committed to reforming the state's transport system to promote peace, boost the economy, and create jobs. The governor made the pledge while declaring open the North Central Zonal Transport Conference of the Chartered Institute of Transport Administrators in Jos.
North Central Zonal Transport Conference holds in Jos, bringing together government officials, lawmakers, and key stakeholders to discuss ways of improving Nigeria's transport sector. Declaring the conference open, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mufwang, represented by the head of service, Stephen Pam, says the state considers transport development a driver of peace, integration, and prosperity.
I want to commend CIOTA for consistently championing professionalism and policy advocacy in Nigeria's transport sector. Your role in shaping discourse around national development through the lens of transport administration is commendable, and we are proud to host this event here in Jos. As you deliberate over the course of this conference, I urge you to be bold, innovative, and practical in your recommendations.
In his welcome address, the Plateau State Commissioner for Transport highlights the state government's work in road rehabilitation, urban transport reforms, and airport expansion. He adds that efforts are ongoing to align with the newly signed National Transport Policy.
As we look forward to fruitful deliberations from this conference, we invite CIOTA and all relevant stakeholders to work closely with us in shaping a future where transport is not just a means of movement, but a catalyst for inclusive development.
The president of the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria calls on stakeholders to embrace professionalism, innovation, and effective policy implementation to modernize the country's transport system.
One of the biggest lacuna in this transportation sector is the unprofessional, unregulated system that we are running. If properly professionalized and regulated, all of these 5 pillars I mentioned will be guaranteed. There will be safety, there will be security, there will be predictability, there will be affordability, and there will be sustainability.
Goodwill messages also come from the chairman of the Plateau State House of Assembly Committee on Transport and the zonal commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps. Both stress the need for stronger regional collaboration to address transport challenges.
This incident is not merely a news item to be forgotten. It is a stark case of study, a powerful example of why this conference is so critical. It underscores in the clearest terms the non-negotiable imperative of sound management, rigorous maintenance protocols, and unwavering investment in safety technology. And let it be said that it shouldn't end here. The National Assembly should be involved. Let them be able to, because policies will always drive the transportation system.
With the theme, Transforming Transport Infrastructure for Sustainable Economic Development, the conference is expected to generate recommendations that will shape state and regional transport policies in the North Central Zone.
Ahead of the 9th National Youth Games in Asaba Delta State, 129-member contingent of athletes and officials from Niger State are putting finishing touches to preparations with hopes of winning medals for the state. The chairman of the Niger State Sports Commission, Abdullahi Musa, says he's confident the team will deliver an outstanding performance.
Ahead of the 9th National Youth Games in Asaba Delta State, a 129-member contingent of athletes and officials from Niger is putting finishing touches to preparations with hopes of winning medals for the state. The chairman of the Niger State Sports Commission, Abdullahi Musa, says he is confident that Team Niger will deliver an outstanding performance. Speaking in an interview with Channels Television, Musa explains that the state earlier competed in the zonal eliminations held in Ilorin, Kwara State. Out of 6 sporting events, Team Niger qualified in 5: male and female handball, cricket, basketball, and hockey.
We went for the eliminations in Ilorin with 6 events, and we came out victorious in 5 events. In handball, cricket, basketball, male and female, volleyball, male and female, and hockey. So that is to show you how prepared we are to see that we come out victorious in so much in other events like athletics, wrestling, judo, taekwondo, and so on and so forth.
He adds that athletes are also ready to excel in other events, including athletics, judo, and taekwondo.
One good thing about us, we have a good reputation in sports at all times we go out, and I want them to maintain that standard. They should remember that their integrity and that of their family is at stake. They should play to the rules of the game. Fair play is part of the game. If you lose today, it does not mean you cannot win tomorrow, and I believe they are going to win this time around.
The Director of Sports, Niger State Sports Commission, Babakacha, commends the athletes' preparation and praises Governor Umaru Bago for creating the new Sports Commission, which made their participation possible.
Let me use this opportunity to thank His Excellency, the former Governor of Niger State, Farmer Umar Mohamed Bago, for giving us this opportunity to represent Niger State. We want to assure him that we will be good ambassadors of Niger State. And equally, we want to appreciate him for giving us this opportunity for every support, because we have a very wonderful support from him. He has supported the newly created Niger State Sports Commission, and that is why he make it possible for us to attend.
Meanwhile, the captain of the state's badminton team, Tosin Adekule, assures Nigerites that the team is determined to bring home trophies.
I'm assuring Niger State that will give them good results, come out with trophies and good lucks. I believe we are prepared to face the challenges ahead.
The Sports Commission is also appealing to the public, private individuals, corporate organizations and schools to support sports development in Niger State, stressing that the government alone cannot provide all the needed infrastructure.
Finally, former political office holders in Kogi State are appealing to Governor Usman Ododo to pay their outstanding salary and allowances, arrears which they say amounts to over 2.7 billion naira. The chairman of the forum, Musa Abdullahi, made the appeal in Lokoja during a press conference. He recalled that in 2016, former Governor Yaya Bello paid 2 billion naira in 3 tranches, leaving a balance yet to be settled.
We want to passionately appeal to His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo as a man of God and the Messiah of the Kogi State to use his good office to consider our plight and pay the 2 billion and 700 million naira balance of the arrears of our salaries and allowances, as promised, by putting smile on our faces as he has done to other sections of the Kogi State. We are confident in his ability to fulfill the promise because he is a man of his words. This call became necessary based on the fact that majority of our members are suffering from illness, hunger, and can no longer pay their bills. We are very optimistic that Almighty God will use His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, the Executive Governor of Kogi State, to weep away our tears.
That's it on Newsroom series today. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide Mukol.